Hey guys, Paul here. I just came across a really good value for a drawing pen, and it's a Jinhao nib pen from China, an eBay score for like $1.50, $2, up to $4. You can get these really nice, high quality steel nib pens with refillable ink cartridges, which is a real plus over the disposable, expensive Faber-Castell brush pens or even the cheaper Zebra brush pens. You know what those things look like. They have a felt kind of brush tip. And yeah, you get a wider surface with that, but I just assume use my red sable brush. But for drawing, I'm finding out that these cartridges really easy to fill. You just remove this cartridge, dip it into your, I'm using Speedball Super Black India ink, my favorite ink here, and then just twist that valve, that suction valve pulls up the ink into the chamber here. Very easy. Put that cartridge back in the pen and lock it up there. It's got a little monitor window there. You can see how much ink we've got. And these pens require that you get them started. You gotta get them started a little bit, get that ink flowing. And this is the 599A, the Jinhao 599A. Okay, they make finer tips as well, but I'm finding this is a perfect size. Let me draw a little picture for you guys here tonight and talk about the performance of this pen. I'll just draw some figures here. Very, very fine line that you can get out of there for your contours to give dimensionality to your figures. You know, one thing your art materials should inspire rather than distract or impede your progress, you know. And I find that this pen is really inspiring to just kind of flow through your drawings. Very, very nice. If you stay over the point of the pen when you're working with a nib pen, you get a nice flow of ink. If you kind of go to the side a little bit, sometimes it might impede that flow a little bit. You know, a very similar pen to this is the Repetograph, as many of you probably know. However, the Repetograph is, you know, it's a lot more expensive than this knife. Or sorry, I'm so used to reviewing knives on my channel. Is more expensive than this pen. And actually, honestly, I kind of like the old school feeling of using a nib pen. You know, it's I mean, it's just very classic. So here's what I'll show you what I mean with the shading, how fine you can get with this. And you can do similar stuff with a brush, and the brush is going to give kind of a more artistic effect, if you will. But man, the technical command of this pen, I mean, just how close you can get in there is really a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to control, and you can just kind of layer your shadowing like you see here I'm doing on that tree branch. You know, I've been collecting those brush pens that I was showing you for a while and ordering those off eBay. I've got the Faber-Castell, I've got Zebras from Japan, I've got the generic Genvanas from China, which is actually a pretty nice brush pen, these felt tip brush pens, but they're non-refillable, you know, so if you're sketching a lot or inking a lot, you know, they're going to run out. And I like the idea of having a tool that is refillable and is refillable with a high quality ink, like the Speedball Super Black India ink. I've heard people have good success with Winsor Newton as well. It's going to be more expensive. but the Speedball is very, very black. Very nice coverage. As Bob Ross would say, let's put some happy little grass in there. And then if the light's coming from this way, let's put a little shadow indicating this guy here. You can draw anything you want with these pens. It's a rather large deer, I'd say. Happening upon our farmer here. A large and perhaps pregnant deer as well. And a slightly cautious deer. May have been startled. In the woods. I will say this, that these nib pens do scratch the paper, and you can probably hear this as I'm working here tonight. They do scratch the paper, so I'm using a 90-pound weight paper here. Let me show you how thick this stuff is. It's pretty thick. It's not as thick as cardstock, but 90-pound is pretty darn good. And you want to use a thicker paper with the nib pens because they are going to dig in a little bit. And that's where an advantage of using a brush comes in. However, I mean, these things flow so nicely. As you can see, they're so much fun to draw with. And leave your comments below about what you'd like to see me reviewing next. I really like reviewing budget, best value tools and accoutrements, whether it be for the artist or tools and stuff like that. I have been getting into drawing more lately, as you can tell from some of my recent videos, and something that's very nice, a lot of fun, very, very intuitive, fluid feeling with these pens, and I think you'll really enjoy it.